Imagine your alarm clock buzzes. It's 7 a.m. But today, you don't just roll out of bed and stumble to the kitchen for coffee. Instead, you step onto a small, glowing platform in your bedroom. You think of a destination, not the office downtown, not your local coffee shop. You picture the ochre plains of Mars with the faint distant sun hanging in a pale pink sky. In an instant, the familiar walls of your room dissolve and reform. The air thins, cools. You're standing beside the vast Valles Marineris Canyon, watching Olympus Mons touch the edge of the planet's curve. You take a sip of your earth-brewed coffee, now in a thermos, and watch two suns rise, our familiar Sol and a distant glittering star that is Proxima Centauri. This isn't a dream. This is a world with universal teleportation. A world where the universe is not just something you look at through a telescope, but your backyard. The very concept of place has been shattered and rebuilt. Your neighborhood is no longer defined by streets and zip codes, but by coordinates that span galaxies. What does it mean to be human when your physical boundaries are limitless? So what are we talking about when we say teleportation? Let's break it down. It's not about a super-fast spaceship. It's not about folding space like a piece of paper, though that's a cool idea. In its most classic sci-fi form, teleportation is about deconstruction and reconstruction. Imagine you have a machine that can scan every single atom in your body. It records the exact type, position, and state of every particle that makes you you. It then transmits this information, a colossal data file, to a receiver at your destination. The receiver, using a supply of raw matter like carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, then reconstructs you, atom for atom, exactly as you were. Let's compare this new reality to our current modes of travel. Right now, getting anywhere is a battle against friction, gravity, and time. The concepts of fuel, engines, and vehicles become instantly obsolete. The concept of living near your job would become utterly meaningless. You could work at a high-powered firm in Manhattan, but live in a quiet, custom-built home nestled in the rings of Saturn. Your backyard could be an alien jungle with purple trees, while your kids attend a school on a terraformed moon with low gravity, perfect for sports. Imagine a food court where you could order authentic Neapolitan pizza teleported directly from Naples, fresh sushi from a master chef in Tokyo, and for the more adventurous, a plate of alien grubs from a vendor on Kepler 186f. This fusion would be exhilarating, creating a vibrant, dynamic global culture where the best of humanity, and perhaps beyond, is available to everyone, everywhere. For scientists and explorers, universal teleportation would be the ultimate tool. An astrophysicist could teleport a rover directly to the surface of Pluto, drive it around for a few hours collecting data, and then bring it back. The first contact with an alien intelligence might not be a cryptic radio message, but a scientist materializing a probe in their backyard. Universal teleportation would introduce a host of new dangers and threats that would make our current security problems seem quaint. Imagine a terrorist who could teleport a bomb into the center of a crowded city, or even into a government building with absolutely no warning. Fortifications, walls, and borders would become utterly useless against an enemy who can simply appear inside your command center. Our legal and political systems, designed for a world of physical borders and slow travel, would be completely unprepared for the reality of teleportation. The very concept of jurisdiction would become a tangled mess. Governments themselves would need to restructure. With a population that can move between planets at will, how do you conduct a census? How do you collect taxes? What happens if we accidentally introduce a hardy Earth bacterium to an alien world with a fragile ecosystem? We could inadvertently wipe out an entire biosphere before we even knew it existed. A pandemic from another world could spread across the globe in hours, transmitted by unsuspecting travelers teleporting from city to city. If only the wealthy and powerful could afford to teleport, it would create the ultimate class divide, a mobile, global elite, and a static, earthbound populace. This could lead to social unrest and revolution on an unprecedented scale. So we stand at a cosmic crossroads. Would the power to teleport across the universe be our salvation or our downfall? It's a question with no easy answer. On one hand, the potential for good is immense. This technology could be the ultimate unifier, erasing the physical and psychological distances that have divided us for so long. This is the optimistic vision, the Star Trek future. However, the potential for chaos is equally potent. Teleportation could give our worst impulses, our greed, our tribalism, our capacity for violence, a universal stage. The same tool that allows a doctor to teleport to a remote village to save a life could allow an assassin to appear in a protected compound. I believe that seeing our home planet as a tiny, fragile blue dot from the rings of Saturn would change us for the better. It would give us a cosmic perspective that could help us overcome our petty differences. In the end, teleportation is just a tool. And like any tool, its impact depends not on the tool itself, but on the wisdom and foresight of the hands that wield it. If we approach this incredible power with humility, with a spirit of cooperation, and with a deep respect for the universe and our place within it, we could build a future of unimaginable wonder. We could become the explorers, the scientists, and the poets of the cosmos. The choice would be ours. Let's hope we would be wise enough to choose well. The stars are calling, and for the first time we would have the ability to answer.